What is it? I am your guardian. Go on. Very well. Be still. Entrust thy flesh to me.
Time has come. Two postpones with trying to perfect everything. About high time for a new game plus. Open up! Let's see what the new let's see what the kiln of the first flame looks like. In Dark Souls Remastered.
Magnificent. You have followed my teachings faithfully. You are the true Lord of Men, the Dark Lord. Now go forth and rid us of that enfeebled Gwyn. I, Karth, shall await you here. What is it? I go.
I wonder what he would say. Actually, you know what? Talk option. I wonder what kind of heresy he would think in his head. If I kill Gwyn, but then instead of leaving the first flame, I link it again. Imagine him thinking in his head that I've been following his teachings faithfully and then I betray him at the very end. Kiln of the first flame arena. Holy shit, the skybox in here. What the... Yo, this entire area is inside some massive cauldron or something. Look at that. Like, look at that wall on the horizon. Like, that is ridiculously fucking massive. Right, we need to kill some Black Knights first. Okay, nice damage. Ooh, yeah, they drop red titanite chunks too. Black Knight stuff. About time. Very late in the game when you get that almost. Oh, you can see inside the kiln of the first flame, and you can see Gwyn literally waiting there. Yo. Cool. That was gonna be a fail of a parry. Yeah, there's nothing else to be done in this place, by the way, so it's just run the quick Titanite chunk. Is it dependent on what weapon they wield? The what they give when they die? Oh, and by the way, I should have intentionally lost some HP, I think. You know what? There's one other method we can also use, but it's very, very slow, but I'm gonna go take a piss or something meanwhile, I guess. Where's the dung pies? I'm gonna be back in a moment. Here we go. That's what I said just a moment ago. Anyways, Gwyn, Lord of Sunlight versus the becoming Dark Lord, who uses a single spell cast to kill him instantly. On the first attempt. Tin, 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 dun, blin, 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 plon, blin, 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 plon. Clap, clap, clap. Balanced. I don't think that's even my highest damaging spell. Honestly, I think my normal Crystal Soul Spear on his face does actually more damage. Depending what he's weak to. So, yeah. Anyways, I'll now that that's over, let's leave. Yeah. That's the final boss of Dark Souls.
My lord, bless thy safe return. Let Kath and Framt serve your highness.
Art and Framt.
We are here to serve
Okay,
your highness.
but you're not gonna be able to convert Kath's fucking allegiance at this point. Or Kath's, I mean Framt's. Framt is King Seeker for Gwyn for a reason. He's not gonna change his conviction on a whim like this, or allegiance.
Our Lord hath returned.
Now this is the soundtrack that we can listen to a bit longer than Blin Blin Blon, Blin Blin Blon, Blin Blon. Doing some micro adjustments. It's a bit more perfect, maybe. Yeah, so, Dark Souls 1, right, so... anything I wanna say, I suppose? Because I do wanna listen to the credits. This credit soundtrack is amazing. Well, so is Gwyn's OST also, but like... Anyways, Dark Souls 1 was... Actually, you know what, let's do a legacy run, I suppose. Or... something worth of remembrance. So, Dark Souls 1 was the first Souls-like game that I ever played in my life. I would have never played any Souls-like game if it was not for one of my real-life friends back in upper elementary school 14 or so years ago. He's the person that actually even made me find these games in the first place. And because of just his influence alone, I now play different types of third-person action games as well as Souls-like games especially. I don't know what I would still be doing exactly right now. Maybe still playing like League or Overwatch or some other competitive miserable game, rather than, you know, enriching my own existence playing, you know, much more interesting type of games in more deep understanding, I guess, instead of just casually playing something like Skyrim, like one playthrough and then just fucking dropping the game and never playing it again, you know, because it was the buzz at the time or something. Maybe I would be playing some games like that. I don't know. That kind of reality never happened, so we will never know. But, you know, thanks to this one person, I picked up these games, and, you know, here we are. Back when I played this game the first time in 2014, I think it was. Yeah, in 2014 when I did my first playthroughs of this game, especially the first playthrough of this game, it felt like one of the most impassable... No, actually, let me rephrase that. It was the most difficult and impassable feeling, improbable feeling, experience that I ever had to that moment playing any video game in my entire life. It was without any, like, tutorials, anybody to guide you and hold your hand, and you just being blind on the world with, like, nothing, basically. And just having to figure out everything by yourself. Like, it was really fucking challenging on the first blind playthrough of this game back then. Very, very different for sure compared to how many other people experience these games nowadays. With the copious amounts of tutorials and the min-maxing that everybody prefers to do nowadays, so like, you know. It's actually a surprise if somebody wants to have like blind experiences nowadays, so. Also down to like the culture surrounding gaming nowadays that makes people want to be so much more efficient with their time and with how they play games and, you know. Always bringing up like Wikipedia pages and stuff. Like I do that too, but only for games that I have already like known for a long amount of time, you know? I don't, like, I prefer never to check out any content or spoil myself with anything in games that I'm first time playing through. I always want to do those as blind as absolutely possible, and only if I get absolutely soft locked by something, I would look anything up. Or in fear of such thing, maybe. Even bigger changes, like endings, for example, I would not spoil myself on first playthrough, especially in any of these games. And I still
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead.
But yeah, anything else I want to say before I go here? I mean, next time we play, it's gonna be New Game Plus, of course, but yeah.
The undead are corralled
yeah, Dark Souls
and led
1
to the
is not nearly one of my favorite Soulslike games at all. And it has nothing to do with my first experience that I had with the game. Because I have some kind of trauma or something. Like, yeah, it was a very fucking tough experience first playthrough, like first time through, absolutely. But that has nothing to do with why I don't like this game anywhere nearby as much as something like Dark Souls 2 or Bloodborne or Dark Souls 3. It's simply... Dark Souls 1 is a lot more clunkier with its PvP, and it's a lot more restricted with the kinds of builds that you're able to do and the character-like customization. Dark Souls 2 is a far, like, miles away in those aspects when it comes to how you're able to customize your playthrough and the kind of, like, richness in, like, subsequent playthroughs that you can have in the game. Like, it is so much more richer than Dark Souls 1 in comparison. And the PvP is, like, it's the best PvP in any Souls-like game there ever was, still, to this day. So, Dark Souls 2 is easily, like, much higher for me than this game. But, you know, I do appreciate this game for, you know, being the first Souls-like game that I ever did play. But, you know, there's a reason as to why I don't really play Dark Souls 1 anymore nowadays. Like, I would rather, like, if I think of Dark Souls, I would rather start from, like, Dark Souls 2 nowadays, when I think of playing these games back. Dark Souls 2, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3, Sekiro, Elden Ring. Like, I would go like that. I would not even think that DS1 would exist, because this game is a bit of an archaic piece, I would say. So I just don't enjoy the mechanics and the build varieties in this game anywhere nearby as much as the From Software's later games. So, yep, that's about it, really. But yep, leave it at that, I suppose. Just gonna swap my gear back and then I'm gonna stop immediately after. We're still gonna have to use this ring because I still need to farm to be able to get the max amount of souls, because the max level of the build is 125 and we are 111 right now, so obviously that's an issue. After we have the max level, then I'm gonna be able to take this ring off and I'm gonna put Havel's ring here, and I'm gonna max some armor set that I think looks the best on this Dusk Crown set that I decide upon later. And then this build is basically fully finalized after that. But yeah, that's for next time. Yeah, New Game Plus is gonna be very nice after I get the casting speed, especially like some of those very slow spells, like the White Dragon Breath. After I get 45 dexterity, the White Dragon Breath is gonna become significantly more viable. Before that point, I have to really make sure that I'm in some kind of safe place to be able to use that spell. So it's very clunky to use because of that reason. But yeah, that's it for me.